Hi. I don't know if I did video about it or something, but there was a valve under here that leaked to the swamp cooler, and then a better valve got put in, a compression valve that's really high quality got put in, and then when it was turned on, after it was turned on, it sprang another leak, and leaks in RVs are completely detrimental to RVs. They destroy RVs. And I've gotten to the point where now the water's off to that again, and if I need something I will use the Mighty Cool, because if you turn the water onto this it just leaks. It's just a real dud. I think it's the way it was originally installed, honestly, because that guy, he didn't do anything right. He messed up kind of everything. And basically what kind of clued me off to it was that I heard a noise, and certain times when you hear certain noises you can tell that something's wrong automatically. And in an RV or a tiny home, any home that has a tank in it, let me just phrase it that way, any home that has a tank and a water pump in it, you already have an instant alarm to tell you if you have a leak. So what you're going to do is turn the water pump on, and I'm running on tank right now anyway, so that's why the water pump, I had to turn it off and then on to show you how to turn it on. You turn it on and you listen. You don't really hear anything, because when water is run through the pipes it starts pumping. So I'm going to turn the shower on as an example. See, hear that? And there's a little bit, you can see it, it's draining out a little bit there, but it's one of those showers where you turn it on when you get spray. Now you hear the water pump, and then when you hit the lever it just dribbles out. But as it's dribbling, you can hear it. See, it pumped as it's dribbling. And normally it'll be quiet. You won't hear little blips out of the water pump. And what I noticed is after the swamp cooler valve was turned back on, I would be running off of the water pump, and I'd be like sitting on the couch and I just hear psst. And that kind of clued me in, like, it doesn't do that until it needs water in the line. So you have to empty some water from the line for it to do that. So it doesn't do that. And hopefully you can hear it in my video so you can hear what I'm talking about. It didn't do it that often because that leak wasn't as extreme as, say, this. But it did do it enough that it caught my attention. And I think it was because of that canary that I was able to catch the leak faster. So basically, I store water. I use like the water hookup, but then at least once a month I go through my water tank and then refill it to keep fresh water in so it doesn't get like mucky. So I always have water stored for emergencies. And so if you're in an RV and you're in a stationary spot, or you don't really feel like you're always going to have hookups or something, it's still good to fill the water tank and empty it like once a month, because that way if something happens and the water goes down, you have a store of water. That's a way to store water for an emergency. And believe me, if something happens and the water goes out, you're going to be glad you stored water. So what you're going to do basically is, you know, when you're running off the water pump, just listen and notice. And I'm going to turn this off now. I'll turn it off. See, now that I've turned it off, all is quiet. You're going to notice that there's no sound. But if you're, you know, if you've got the water pump on and no faucets on, like you didn't accidentally leave this on or something, and you hear that noise, then you know there's a leak somewhere in your line. That's your alarm. That's to let you know there's a leak. So if this helps you, I hope it does. It helped me, and it helped me avoid a lot of damage and problems and mold and having to remove wood again and stuff like that. If you like it, subscribe, share, comment, and have a great day.